to the 7th episode of Birkenwasser Knits. In this episode I'm gonna talk about this summer top by Ankestrick, and then I'm also gonna show you one of my own designs that I'm working on and another German design that's on my needles this week. So welcome! Okay, I'm gonna start with this summer top, and as you can see I had to jump back a little bit so you can see all of the top. It's actually longer than the instructions say or have you do, but if you watched, I believe it might have been the first episode of Birkenwasser Knits, I showed you when I was working on this, and I think I already told you that the black part is it's a vintage yarn from my stash. It's a Novita bamboo yarn from, I don't know, from 10-15 years ago. And I thought that I would have enough for a medium-sized top, and let's see if I can make a large top for myself. And then if it's a bit shorter, then that should be fine. But by the time I noticed that I'm running out of yarn, I thought that it's gonna be too short. I can't wear a cropped top like that. So then yeah, at the same time I heard that actually Novita has a similar yarn. It's called cotton bamboo that has almost the same content. So one of them is 48% cotton and 52 bamboo, and the other one is it's the other way around. So I figured that, well, I'm just gonna add a color block at the bottom, and then I'm gonna have enough length like what I'd like to have. And so yeah, and then there was even a sale on Novita Knits, so I ended up paying, I think, €5 for 2 balls of this cotton bamboo yarn, so I think it wasn't a too big investment to have enough length for my top. Unfortunately, when I was knitting, I noticed that it's not, the yardage is not the same. So it looks like it's the same yarn, but it's not. It feels different, and the new yarn is also a bit thicker. But I don't think you can tell when I'm wearing that. It's not exactly the same yarn that the bottom color block is made of. But yeah, unfortunately, when I started knitting the bottom, I noticed that I'm actually only going to need 2 centimeters with this second color, and then I have enough length or enough according to the pattern. And I thought, well, I can't have just a 2 centimeters color block at the bottom. I'm gonna have to knit it longer. And then I thought I'm just gonna knit it long enough so that the color block looks okay, and then I'm just gonna have a longer top. And well, that's what I have now. So it's, yeah, it's quite long. It's not super long, but yeah. If I would do this again, maybe I should have ripped back a little bit and then just lift them. Maybe I could even have made a longer color block and just lift it up a little bit so the top would end about here. But if I had tried this on before deciding that I need this color block, I think I would have noticed that I have enough length here, so this would have been an okay top anyway. So yeah, but now I have the larger or the longer top, and it's still a nice top. And yeah, there's this contrast. Yeah, contrasting dots on the ribbing. Here's a close-up of the contrasting details. And of course I had already made these with a different color, so I had to rip what I had done. I had a pale blue contrast color, and I think the pale blue doesn't really work that well with this natural. Yeah, this colorway is called cotton, so no, not cotton, linen. And yeah, well, anyways, it's not something that really look good with baby blue. So I had to rip back, and then I added I just changed the order of the contrast color on the hem, so I have black contrast then on the hem. But anyways, I'm happy with my top, and I really like this old bamboo yarn. It's really soft and nice, and yeah, the newer one feels more like cotton, so it's, yeah, it's not as soft. It's more like your regular cotton yarn, but this old bamboo it's really nice. So I think if I found it somewhere, I might even buy more and make something else also with it. But now I'm just gonna enjoy my summer top. So thank you Ankestrick for a lovely pattern, and yeah. Okay, so I promised that I would show what else I have been working on this week, and yeah, let's start with my own design. So I'm in the, I think it was the second episode when I talked about the Jyväskylä Summer Knit Festival, I told you that I bought this Suoma DK weight yarn, and I was thinking of making a cardigan with that, but they didn't have enough of the same color. So I got a contrast color and main color, and I was still thinking that I'm gonna make a cardigan and maybe do a cardigan with a stranded knitting yoke or something, so I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. But then I started thinking of these slip stitch cables, or mosaic, maybe you can call it mosaic, or, well, basically it's slip stitches, so it's, yeah, it's like mosaic but with cables. I don't know if mosaic excludes cables, maybe, yeah. Anyway, it's so the main color is on the background, and then you have cables on top, and I was thinking of making it a cardigan, but then I realized that if you have to, or if you only do the cable crossings on every other row, then you can't make this much, or you can't have this much happening in the pattern. So then I realized that I'm gonna have to cross the cables on every CC row, and then if that was a cardigan, then you'd have to work the cables also from the wrong side, and I thought that's just too complicated. And then I considered making it the type that you stick, so just knitting in the round and just leaving a place where you cut the piece in half. So this yarn would work perfectly also for sticking, as it's a non-superwash wool. So I was thinking it would be exciting to try sticking. I did take a sticking class, so I have tried it with swatches, but I haven't really knitted a sticked garment yet. But I was thinking maybe I should start with someone else's design, and so I decided that I'm gonna make this one a pullover, and yeah, so it's gonna be a round yoke pullover with the cables on the yoke, and then it's gonna be MC, or the main color, bottom and sleeves. So yeah, next week I can hopefully show you more how this is progressing. Yeah, but then I promised to show you another German pattern that I'm working on, or I'm assuming Isabel Kramer and Ankestrick are both German. If they're not, I'm sorry. But yeah, anyways, so at least both of them use German short rows, and I've become really a great fan of German short rows. So I have another garment design that I've been working on, and I'm using German short rows on that as well. So I might just switch to German short rows permanently. Yeah, but this is also a round yoke sweater, and you probably recognize the pattern when you see it. So this is Humulus by Isabel Kramer, and yeah, I'm this far with it. Of course, it has this lovely colorwork yoke, and that's the exciting part when you knit the yoke, and you're just excited to see how the pattern continues. But now I'm already down to this, let's say, boring part where nothing is happening, so I'm gonna just have to go through with long stockinette stitch parts and then sleeves. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lovely sweater, so it's gonna be worth it. And well, to be honest, I love the long and boring stockinette stitch part, like this Ankestrick summer top also, because I need all the time when I read. So I start with the newspaper in the morning, so I have my breakfast, and then I just have another cup of coffee and continue knitting. And now I just realized that I can knit while I talk, because yeah, I can knit when I talk and I can knit when I read, and both will just be good progress with the pullover. Yeah, so anyways, I start with the newspaper in the morning, and then I continue with my work, and if I need to read anything for my work, then I just pick up my knitting, I just leave it there by my laptop, and yeah. And then in the evening I continue with the newspaper, and when I'm done with the newspaper, then I pick up a book, and I just basically I read and knit all day long. So there's time to work on these boring stockinette stitch parts, and I try to always keep some whip with stockinette stitch, or yeah, ribbing also goes, and basic brioche is okay. So those are the kind of things that you don't need to look at what you're doing, you can just knit and concentrate on something else. So yeah. So this is Tour de Sock Stage 5 pattern. It's Lise K. Ross's Liberty Gibbet that I'm working on using this Garn sur Socke Merino sock yarn. It's what I bought at Oslo Strikke Festival last October, so about a year ago, and now I got some use for that. It's maybe a little bit too pink for my taste, but with the problems that I've had making socks that fit my daughter, I was actually first going to make these for my daughter, but then I started thinking that with I don't know, was it 54 or 56 stitches, that the pattern was for the smallest size, and with the problem that I had with the stage 2 wooden socks, then I just decided that I'm not going to make that small socks anymore. So these are the larger socks. I don't know, maybe I'll get a pair of nice pink socks, or I'll just, yeah, I'll find someone else who can use them. But anyway, so the pattern starts with a scalloped cast on, so that was something new for this round, and then it's just a regular ribbing and some cables and lace. So yeah, looks pretty nice, except that the stage started on Monday, and I haven't even finished the first repeat of the lace or the chart. So let's see if I can finish this pair on time. But I think that's about it for this week. So next week I'm gonna talk about something else, and I'm not sure yet what that's going to be. I'm waiting for a yarn delivery, so I'd like to show you that, but let's see if that arrives by next week, if I can share that, and if not, then I'm just gonna have to, yeah, maybe talk about another finished item then. But let's see. Please subscribe to my channel, and then you'll be notified of next week's episode, whatever it may be. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.